I'm Trinidadi, and let's queer up the USA view. 6 federal prosecutors quit as DOJ targets widow of queer woman killed by ICE. 6 federal prosecutors in Minnesota have resigned after the U.S. Department of Justice demanded an investigation into Becca Good, the widow of a queer woman killed last week by an ICE agent. The DOJ is examining whether Good has criminal associations or ties to anti-government groups. The current administration has repeatedly labeled the victim Renee Good a, quote, domestic terrorist, tied to, quote, a sinister left-wing movement. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey has called that characterization, quote, bullshit. Among those who resigned is Joseph H. Thompson, the second in command at the U.S. Attorney's Office in Minnesota, along with 3 senior career prosecutors. None offered public explanations. The resignations come amid growing outrage over a video of the shooting, which shows ICE agent Jonathan Ross being barely brushed by Renee Good's car as she drove away. He then shot her 3 times, calling her a, quote, fucking bitch, and fled. DOJ Civil Rights head Haar-meet-Dhee-low has refused to investigate whether Ross violated federal law. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said Thompson was, quote, a principled public servant. It's also the latest sign Trump is pushing nonpartisan career professionals out of the Justice Department, replacing them with his sycophants, end quote. The FBI has now taken full control of the case, excluding state investigators, a move critics say risks bias. And it's pretty unprecedented to take that away from the state authorities that are there to investigate. So obviously something more sinister is afoot. I was trying to do some investigation on how these people who have, I think it's 6 so far, have prosecutors resigned from the Minnesota Attorney General's office,
Right.
and how they would get replaced. Because that's an important part. Obviously, these people are principled, which is why they want to resign. And it seems like it's such a convoluted process. I couldn't quite get an answer to how. I know the Department of Justice is involved in that. How much Pam Bondi and that federal level is involved versus the state level is kind of unclear at the moment. It seems like temporarily they just assign these cases to the other people and just increase everybody's workload until they figure this out. So I really hope that these attorneys that resign will, if it's legal for them to be able to discuss why they feel that it was unconstitutional or just immoral for what the Department of Justice is asking for them. So that's crazy that's happening. And also, when I was watching it first break, they, I think it was on Fox News, when they would describe Rebecca Good, they